Today, the commentator will introduce to you the 7 animals with the strongest defense in the animal world. Subscribe to the channel, and you will not miss the exciting videos. Tilde the 7th place. Beetles that can use chemical weapons. It is well known that ants are good at preying on food in the insect world, but they also sometimes miss. When the ants touch the bombardier beetle, the latter will explode against the ants. As soon as ants, spiders or any other predator bites the beetle's legs, the predator is immediately bombarded with a chemical spray from the beetle, which is as hot as boiling water. But how do bombardier beetles, tiny, cold-blooded animals, manage to use their weapons? The answer is because of the chemicals in their bodies. 2 identical glands located at the tail end of their abdomens, side by side. On both sides, the opening is located in the raised part of the abdomen. This miniature combustion chamber is very important to the beetle. The combustion chamber has an inner chamber and an outer chamber respectively. The hydrogen peroxide and hydroglucinol are contained in the inner chamber. Hydrogenase and peroxidase are contained in the outer compartment. When chemicals are forced from the inner chamber to the outer chamber, a chemical reaction occurs, so the beetle successfully exploded once. There is an irritant in this liquid. The scientific name is p-benzoquinone. When this high-temperature and high-pressure liquid is ejected from its body, it will make a loud sound. And this high-temperature liquid can scald any animal that preys on it. What is even more incredible is that the abdomen of this beetle can rotate 270 degrees in all directions, which makes the opponent have nowhere to escape. If this degree still cannot attack the opponent, it will shoot the reflector on the back, according to the angle needed to launch the liquid out to hit the opponent. Scientists believe this beetle is the only insect in nature that knows how to use mixed chemicals. The 6th place. Creatures living in the sea need to help each other. The most well-known ones are hermit crabs and sea anemones. On the one hand, the hermit crab is protected by the nematocyst of the sea anemone. Get extra food from hermit crabs. The boxer crab has a small body, about 1.5 centimeters in length, and many marine animals feed on it. When the opponent attacks, in order to repel the opponent, the boxing crab will dance the sea anemone to attack. At this time, the boxing crab is like a boxer wearing gloves, which can hit the opponent's vitals every time. Someone once saw an octopus repelled by a boxing crab, which shows the strong defense of the boxing crab. When it reaches the age of molt, the adult boxer crab can no longer hold on to the anemone until it grows a new shell, and then finds a new anemone to hold on to. If the boxer crab found only one anemone, it immediately tore the anemone in 2, and the anemone itself was happy to do so. When it is necessary to fight against the enemy, the sea anemone is not unhappy with itself as the offensive weapon of the boxing crab. At least I have never seen a sea anemone that ran away. This is very difficult to understand. Compared with free movement, is it that sea anemones are more willing to choose to get the food they need? Boxing crabs dancing sea anemones can stun the enemy. Sufficient food is the reward for the latter. Maybe this is sea anemones' reasons to enjoy sharing a room with boxer crabs. The 5th place. Among the frogs, the poison king, poison dart frog. Poison dart frogs are small in size and use their internal venom when defending against enemies, so they are considered to be a type of poisonous animal, that is, a certain body part, such as the tail, spines, or teeth, is used to spray poisonous poison on the opponent. Material animals. When the poison dart frog is attacked, it will spray its own venom on the opponent to protect itself. The whole body of the poison dart frog is bright, and the most poisonous body color is yellow or orange. In fact, the golden poison dart frog is almost the king of poison in the animal kingdom. Its venom is extremely poisonous, and any animal will die if it accidentally touches it. The venom in a poison dart frog can kill more than 100 people. Although this kind of frog is only distributed in the Colombia area, scientists first discovered it in 1978, but Indians have known and used its venom to poison arrows and javelins a long time ago. Hunting with such poisonous arrows makes it difficult for prey to escape. The poison dart frog's bufotoxin is ingested from other animals, most likely by feeding on certain small beetles whose toxin is of plant origin. Captive-bred frogs are non-venomous, perhaps because their diet does not include poisonous insects. These frogs, which are mostly diurnal, are difficult for them to deal with only one type of snake, which is immune to the poison. The toxin in the skin and feathers of a bird from New Guinea is surprisingly similar to that of the poison frog. The toxin in different animals thousands of miles away turned out to be the same mechanism, and the reason may be because of the beetle. Like the beetle where the poison dart frog lives, the beetle on the island of New Guinea also has the bufotoxin in its body. The fourth place, the blood-spitting horned lizard. The Texas horned lizard has been revered by the local people for thousands of years because of its many abilities, and ants are its staple food. If it wants to eat 200 ants a day, it needs to stay outside for a long time, and its stomach is full. At this time, they will be helpless if they encounter natural enemies. This lizard is protected by a hard armor. It can disguise itself, and when it is in danger, it will stand still. The horns and spines on its back are its weapons when encountering enemies. When wolves or foxes and dogs that grow on the North American prairie encounter it, it will hiss and puff itself up to scare the enemy away. The most peculiar of its defensive methods is to spray foul blood from the recesses behind the eyes, which is quite effective. This situation is only used when it is attacked, because if you spray out 1/4 of your blood, even if you kill 1,000 enemies, you will lose 800. However, despite this, it still cannot escape human attacks, and many reptile collectors are attracted by its shape and color. Since it likes to stay still, it can easily be run over by other things. People have introduced a kind of fire ant to humans, which has gradually reduced the local ants they eat, and horned lizards are facing a severe crisis of survival. The third place, the Invincible Buffalo. The African buffalo belonging to the family Bovidae is about 1.7 meters high, 3 to 4 meters wide, with an average weight of 900 kilograms, and the heaviest can reach more than 1,500 dry grams. The buffaloes of Africa and Asia are distantly related, though their ancestral lineages are unclear. Buffaloes are the largest population on the African grasslands. Although they feed on grass, they are extremely powerful in combat. They move together, and the leader is an adult male buffalo. As a whole, they attack the intruders. The phalanx includes hundreds or even thousands of buffaloes, and the speed can reach 60 kilometers per hour. Therefore, any intruders will be killed. If you only encounter one African buffalo, you are very lucky, but when a herd of buffalo attacks you, you are doomed. The news of African buffalo killing people is not uncommon. In fact, African buffaloes have one and only one natural enemy, which is human beings, and even lions make way for them. African buffalo herds often maliciously retaliate or provoke lions, and at this time, lions are easily injured. The young lion is undoubtedly the most unfortunate, and it is difficult to escape in this case, because the lioness is also in danger at this time. However, buffaloes don't eat meat, and when they take action, it's usually for self-defense. The second place is the dreaded cobra. Many familiar venomous snakes belong to the cobra family, and they have hollow fangs in the front of their mouths. The representative of the cobra species in the American continent is the coral snake, which has a shiny body and banded stripes on the body are usually red, black, white or yellow. They live in rainforests and can also be found in arid regions of northern Mexico and the southwestern United States. Their food is reptiles, such as worm lizards. Their venom is extremely toxic and poses a great threat to humans. Tree cobras in the cobra family are long and thin in Africa, and 3 of them live in trees. The black tree cobra that lives on land is the fourth species. They usually forage during the day, are quick-moving, have large eyes and smooth scales. The longest black tree cobra can reach more than 3 meters, and its shape is terrifying. When disturbed, they flatten their necks slightly, similar to a cobra. Although the largest cobra is the Asian king cobra, up to 5 meters, the African cobra is the largest in the world. Several species of cobras, such as the spitting cobra, spray venom through tiny holes in their fangs. The food of cobras that grow longer than Australia is not monotonous. They will prey on invertebrates and mammals. Generally known as the most poisonous snake in the world is the giant pan snake. They live by preying on mammals, and other foods are mainly small lizards that are abundant in the local area, such as skinks and the like. First place, a chameleon with a spring tongue. In just 10 seconds, the chameleon's body can show different colors, which is amazing. How they use their tongues, however, deserves more study. We can see through X-ray photos and high-speed video. When praying, the chameleon's tongue does not move fast at the beginning, but then it can increase to 6 meters per second in less than 20 milliseconds. The fastest speed of pure muscle strength can't keep up with this speed. When reaching a target, the tongue can reach a distance greater than twice its own body length. The weight of the prey that the tongue can stick to accounts for 15% of its own body weight. Larger ones can catch small birds or lizards. What is the reason for all this? First, the bones and muscles of the chameleon's tongue have elastic collagen tissue, which is stretched before the tongue is stretched out, like a bow and arrow. Second, when grasping, a muscle located at the tip of the tongue contracts before touching the target. The tip of the tongue changes from a convex shape to a concave shape, and a powerful suction cup is formed. Third, when retracting, the contraction of other muscles on the tongue and the formation of this muscle is like closing an accordion. The whole process is completed in less than 1 second. The above is the content to be shared today. Friends who like it, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next issue.